So we just got a weather bulletin from Environment Canada because we got another hurricane coming for the Canadian Maritimes, which will ultimately impact La Gaspésie as well. We're going to do one of my, I don't know if I'll say favorite, but it's a storm chasing practice that I've used before called running the Gauntlet. And that's basically, you've got Tropical Storm Philippe, post-Tropical Storm Philippe coming in on the east side, and you've got this very strong front coming in from the west, and we're basically going to run down right between them.
Okay, let's go over the strategy. We're up here at La Gaspésie. Tropical Storm Philippe is coming across Maine from east to west. At the same time, there's a powerful cold front barreling in from the west. Both are carrying huge amounts of moisture and are expected to collide over the St. Lawrence River Valley. Flood and extreme rainfall warnings have lit up Environment Canada's website like a Christmas tree. The best route back to New England runs right down the St. Lawrence River Valley, exactly where the front and the hurricane will collide, crossing back into the U.S. at Derby Line, Vermont. Our task is simple. Stay out in front of the two storms colliding and the catastrophic flooding expected across southeastern Quebec. Once we're back stateside, we won't be in the clear quite yet. The front is expected to cause widespread flooding across northern Vermont and into New Hampshire. Since we'll be south of the worst of the hurricane by then, we'll need to slide east into a narrow window that should open up along the Interstate 93 corridor through New Hampshire that is both out of the flood zone and will get us home safely. It sounds simple, but there's little room for error. Any delay, miscalculation, or mistiming could throw this plan into chaos and strand us in the flooding.
Alright, we are back on the road for our final two stops here on La Gaspésie. To try and get these done before the rain shows up, which should not be an issue. But those winds are definitely up. We're definitely getting buffeted by some winds here as that post-tropical storm Philippe moves in, but it's nothing we can't handle. And we are back on the auto route, the main highway now, which is auto route 20 or the auto route Jean Lesage, headed towards Quebec City. Well, we're about an hour north of Quebec City, and the skies are very much darkening, and looks like we're going to start getting into some light rain fairly soon. So. Apparently my GPS doesn't know east from west when you're dealing with the French language, because it just told me to get on Highway 40 east towards Montreal, and I'm in Quebec City right now, and Montreal is to the southwest of here.
Despite the GPS's inability to understand French, you continue southwest from Quebec City, beating the rain to your overnight stop in Trois-Rivières. But while you catch up on some much-needed rest, Mother Nature makes her move. You awake in the morning to discover that not only has the front picked up speed and already plowed through Trois-Rivières, that acceleration has also pulled Tropical Storm Philippe further to the west as well. With your dry slot window all but closed, it's now a mad dash for the border to get back out in front of the rain.
Well, it is an absolutely nasty morning on the backside of this cold front here in Trois-Rivières. It's cold and windy and just driving rain. But the worst of the rain went through overnight, and it looks like we're going through another we'll be running through another shield of heavy rain between here and Sherbrooke. But once we hit the border and cross back into the US, especially once you get down into Vermont a little ways, that should be pretty much the end of the rain from there. Yeah, it's too bad Tropical Storm Philippe had to kind of show up and ruin the party here. But yeah, when I drove across Canada last summer, this is where it all started, right here in Sherbrooke, Quebec. Well, we are clear of Sherbrooke and officially heading for the border. Got about 30 kilometers to go. US Customs app says it's about a 20-minute wait to get across the border, so we'll see how accurate that is. And those mountains you see up in front of us are in the US. Yeah, this hopefully won't be too bad of a wait. We've actually stopped with half the car in Canada and half the car in the US. So we are through US Customs back in Vermont for a busy holiday weekend in both countries. That really wasn't too bad of a wait at the border. It was about half an hour. But it's not raining. There's actually some blue sky poking through, so we're going to go take a little detour through the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont and show you some of the fall colors.
While the fall colors are actually part of a different series, here's a little sneak peek at what's to come as you make your way out of the flood zone to that dry corridor in New Hampshire that is your finish line.